What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Nintendo just did it again, right? So they picked up another US patent. We're going to be covering all of the patents that they have along with the new one, okay? Get a load of this shit. Let's just jump right into this, okay? We got the catch pair patent, right? This is US 121791111. This one treats the classic capture moment as a single pipeline. You aim at a field character. The game shows a success indicator, so you see your odds. You throw an item to capture. If it works, that character becomes yours to deploy. So the whole flow is aim, chance, throw, capture, and deploy. The claim language stitches those steps together, so it's the flow, it's not the mechanic itself. Okay, moving into US 12220638. Very similar idea, but with the extra detail. It calls out how the aim point is generated and how the game can switch modes. In one mode, your throw tries to capture the target. In the other, your throw actually launches a fighting character that goes into battle when it lands. So the patent isn't just throw a ball, it frames capture and deployment as alternate modes inside the same throw base loop. This means they have now made it so that when you throw the ball and deploy the creature, and when you capture the creature, those are two separate things, okay? So now it's just throwing all that shit in there. They're trying to claim every kind of capture, right? Now, I hope this is, not as bad as it claims to be. I think this is based on the ball, but I could be wrong, right? Because it says throw a ball. But, then it means you can throw like a card or something else to kind of counteract this patent. It kind of sucks that this patent exists to begin with, but whatever. Moving on to the next set, we have the ride glide pair of US patents. We have US 12246255. This is about seamless switching between rideable objects. Picture yourself gliding down a cliff, skimming the ground, and then the game automatically puts you on your land mount without the clunky menu step or pushing a button or whatever else, right? Then you sprint, jump a ledge, and it flows back into a glide. It's basically on the freaking smooth transition that it has. Whatever, So now you're going to have the button pushes, the slight inconvenience. It's like they're getting rid of the convenience factor, okay? Then you have US 1240938 Think of this as a continuation that tightens and extends the same idea. It reinforces the automatic switching between air and ground rideables based on the inputs and game conditions. Less friction, more hands-off between traversal states. The goal is the same across the board, which is they just want to make games be more inconvenient for the player. Let's not be player-friendly anymore unless you're Nintendo, okay? If you're Nintendo, we can go ahead and do this. They won't do it in their games. And besides that, after all this shit they're doing, I don't even want to buy Nintendo shit, okay? Just throwing it out there, okay? Moving on to this one that really just kind of grinds my gears. It is US 1240337. Okay, this one is about the summoning, right? It describes a player causing a sub-character to appear in a virtual field. If the enemy is there, the system controls the battle between them. If not, the sub-character can just be present and wander. It sounds pretty abstract there, doesn't it? And it sounds like every freaking game, every RPG, MMO, like Elder Scrolls Online, for example, right? Anyone that hangs out on the streams know that I play Elder Scrolls Online. You have these little companions, right? Are these guys going to be affected by this patent? This happened on the 2nd of September, I believe is when this finally went through, of 2025. In case you're watching this a year down the line. So 9/2/2025. It's like, come on now. Like, this is so broad. It's so broken, right? Now, I understand they're doing this to, because of Palworld. And it's like, so it's stupid, right? This is, whoever allowed this patent to go through should lose their job. Just throwing that out there. They should not be able to work in a place that allows this kind of abstract patent to go through. Okay, now I'm not a lawyer. I'm not anything like that. This is a disclaimer. I'm just a dude that pays attention to these things because he's a gamer First and foremost, I'm a gamer. I love games, okay? I just love them. And I want them to be good. I'm a gamer's guy, okay? Like, I don't care if companies have similar mechanics. If you make a good world or a good game, I don't care that it has the same mechanics as another one, right? I'd buy both games, right? It's not going to hurt your profit. So why does it matter? Okay? But that's just me. You know, I like more games for people. I understand the reason of like patenting and copyright law. I understand the purposes of them. But it's like if we're not directly stealing your idea, the core of your game, then it's like whatever, whatever. But this is because of the active lawsuit in Japan, and it centers around the mechanics like aiming, throwing, capturing, the smooth ride. They just don't want Palworld to succeed, right? They don't like Pocket Pair because Pocket Pair is outperforming them. And so Nintendo, to combat Palworld, has opened up several patents in Japan, and now they're trying to get that shit to mirror over here in the US. So the US portfolio is they're trying to match that with the Japanese portfolio, but I think the summon patent is like new even for both of the portfolios, and it's just something that went through with the US side. I think they initially put it in 2023. And it's getting finalized now according to what I was finding online. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, what does this mean for developers, right? So, I mean, first we're going to have design chill, right? The design chill basically is now it's, game developers are going to have to think of ways around these patents, these ridiculous, fallacious patents, and they're going to, make you suffer, right? You now have to think of ways around it, and you're going to be changing something that's like no gamer actually thinks about this shit. Like when I play a creature capture game like Pokemon or Koromon or Digimon or something like that, anything like that where you capture a creature and then you tame the creature, whatever, I don't think about, let's just, patent the ball throw mechanic. Like that's fucking stupid, okay? But now, companies are going to have to think of a way around this. Let's get rid of the RNG. Now it's just a guaranteed catch. Let's ruin the fun of the RNG. Let's make it so that it's just stupid. Make it so that you have to purify the creature afterwards. So now it's, you capture or you aim, you give that success rate, then you have to purify the damn thing, and then you can deploy it. I mean, I guess that might work, but I don't know. Leave it to Nintendo to take a core mechanic out of every fucking game and then claim it as their own. It's like so fucking stupid. You're gonna be likely less to see these throw to deploy moments. Instead, it's gonna be like you summon the damn thing next to you, and then it charges forward, like what they had to do with Palworld for this stupid stuff. Now you deploy the creature and it's like right next to you instead of throwing the ball and it's already there. Screw that. What I hope happens is that, people challenge these patents, and I hope that they get shot down in the long term because of how broad these are, especially that new one, that summoning one is just ridiculous. It could damage so many games just because of how broad of language I saw in that the summoning one. Now, I didn't get too into the nitty gritty on it, and if you guys know, the nitty gritty, and I'm wrong, let me know down below in the comments. I'm more than happy to be educated. Let me know that I'm stupid. It's fine. I can admit it. I'm not perfect. This is definitely anti-player, the way that Nintendo is going about their processes. They're so anti-player at this point. When Palworld came out and I first played it, I thought, this is really cool. If only Pokemon did something similar, right? That was my actual thought, believe it or not. I was like, could you imagine, going around Sinnoh or any of the other regions with the actual story, and you get a starter, and then you can use those Pokemon in the actual world and stuff like that? I thought that would be really cool. They've tried doing something like that, but they did it, and they're so scared of stepping out of their standard loop that made them money so far. So instead of innovating, they decided to just not innovate, and anyone who does innovate, let's just sue them to oblivion. And that's ridiculous. The CEO, instead of making a good product, you're just shitting on other people's good product. And I don't like that. And many other people don't like that. I feel like this is so heartbreaking because, you know, I used to really love Pokemon. I'm a Pokemon nerd. You know, I grew up with Pokemon. And I have like this big old card collection. My nephews are really into Pokemon. And now I don't even want to buy them cards for their collections anymore. It's like I want to just get them other presents that also is their interest that has nothing to do with Pokemon. Why? Because, you know, I guarantee the Pokemon card company or the Pokemon company as a whole, who also is like partnered with Nintendo, is also making these kind of crappy decisions. They're all probably in it together. You know, I just, I want them to do better. I want them to be better. Now, if they were to drop all this fallacious bullshit and just make a good quality product and let Pocket Pair do what Pocket Pair does, I mean, these are AI generated, I mean, according to Pocket Pair, I'm sure they have inspiration based on, you know, Pokemon, and we're not going to pretend otherwise. Even I was looking at them like, this kind of looks like a Pokemon. You know, but the pals, you know, let the Palworld be Palworld. Let them do their own thing. And Nintendo / the Pokemon company, whatever their actual name is, just do better. Be better. Innovate. Stop being so freaking scared. You know? That's about it for my rant. You know, that I went through the patents and stuff. You know, let me know what you guys think of these patents, or if I'm completely, you know, wrong. If I am, you know, I'm sorry. I do my best. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. Later, guys. So the design chill. Sorry, not divine chill. I'm getting a divine chill from, you know, the amount of disgust I am receiving aimed at Nintendo.
This has been a Lily Dog Studio production. If you like what you saw, don't forget to do all those notification-y things so you don't miss out on any future content.
Big news, Lily Dog Nation! Our old site, Jiffy Talking, has officially been rebranded to lilydognation.com, bringing our whole community together under one banner. Now you'll find everything in one place: gaming news, delicious food articles and recipes, and stories of all kinds, from educational to fictional, and those are all up and coming. All designed to keep you interested and entertained. Plus, we've got our level store, where you can support us just by shopping for things you were already going to buy. From gift cards for Amazon to platforms like Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and mobile, and even in-game content for titles like EVE Online, Genshin Impact, and Marvel Rivals, just to name a few. Want the full experience? Every stream VOD is on YouTube at Lily and Snide, and if you want to hang out live, laugh with us, and be part of the action, come join us on Twitch. All the links are in the description, so grab your snacks, get comfy, and come be part of the Lily Dog Nation family.